At the end of the day, inflation was a global problem. It was not just a Greek problem. And we still have we still have an issue with inflation in services that we need to address. And of course, we also need, more competition, and we're looking into this. Yes, there could always be systemic shocks. I'm cautiously optimistic that the European Union will be able to strike a trade deal with the United States that will avoid the excesses of a completely unnecessary and detrimental to all, trade war. I think it's been clear by now, also by the reaction of the financial markets, that they understand that trade wars are essentially bad for everyone. So I have confidence in our negotiating team, the European Commission negotiating team. I think there is a landing zone. I think mutual compromises can be made on both sides. And at the end of the day, I think transatlantic trade is too big and too important to blow it up in a trade war that will have no winners. And I see some signs also from the U.S. administration that they're willing to engage and have a serious discussion about how we can sort of scale down the initial announcements and come to an arrangement that is going to be mutually beneficial.
But do you think that arrangement is going to come within this 90-day pause?
I would hope so. And again, the 90-day pause that's what we have today. But if we need more time, maybe we need to take more time. But at the end of the day, I think we also understand that there are some moves that we need to make.
Like what?
In terms of, in the past, before this started, we had 10% tariffs on U.S. cars coming into Europe, and the U.S. had 2.5% tariff on European cars coming into the U.S. Doesn't make much sense if you want to have a reciprocal and honest relationship. So there are things we can do. There are things which we cannot and will not do. For example, I don't expect Europe to change its rules when it comes to digital services. That's not going to happen. But there are other things where maybe also some non-trade barriers we can possibly look at it in terms of reasonable access for some U.S. products into the European market. So I think there is a portfolio of initiatives, and I think there is a landing zone.
Where is that landing zone? Because if we take the deal with the UK and the deal with China thus far, we seem to have this sort of bracket, the 10% as the minimum and the 30% as the maximum. Where do you think the landing zone could be for the EU? I
would hope as close to the minimum.
Is that 10 or is it below 10?
I don't know, again, because we don't have any competence. We meaning national leaders. Of course, we express our opinions, but I'm optimistic that we could do even something better. I don't necessarily consider 10% to be the baseline upon which we need to build on. 10% is still, it's not insignificant at the end of the day. Let's see what will happen. But I think there is, I'm in terms of, again, I'm not part of the negotiations, but if I look at the public statements, I think there is more appetite to do a deal on the U.S. side.